was done with the first video, I wondered if I skipped any colors. Turns out I did. And it's fitting that by the time I'm making this video, I'm done watching The Acolyte. So another neutral color is pink. No wonder I didn't even think about that color, but it has a badass meaning. It represents one having the aggression of a Sith, but the calmness of a Jedi. So, Mara Jade Skywalker. Mara, not Mira. I was literally unfamiliar with your game. I knew this character was badass, but not that badass. And anyone that picks the pink color are freaking badass. Honestly, first off, this color would actually fit Osha. She certainly won't be the type to fight with rage. She'll fight freaking calm, but have Kimir's aggression. And there's no joke, no exaggeration, this would honestly fit Starkiller too. He had Sith training, but switched sides. And he would definitely be the type to fight calmly and not use rage like he used to. I hope Mara makes it back in canon. And when it comes to how, I never talked about this in video, have I? The way I think she and the other Skywalker kids can be in canon. First we gotta start with old Luke. I never had the issue of what happened to him between him and Ben Solo. I just didn't think it was tragic enough. So things can start years back when they're in the prime. The Emperor pulls something that makes Luke think that Mara and the other three Skywalker kids that would have to be theirs, Anakin, Jaken, and Jaina, did something to make him think they were gone. He can't sense them at all, and he starts to lose hope. Then Ben Solo was born and he's starting to get some hope back, because there's another one of the Skywalker bloodline. Then the Emperor happened, again. Then you speed up to what happened between Luke and Ben. Losing his own kids is why he would even think about considering that vision. Then he becomes the person we've seen in episode 8. You wouldn't really have to retcon anything. But really, Mara and the kids were in the world between worlds. But it was quick for them, but when they get out, years pass. By the time they get out, it's the end of episode 9. So that way you can use Mara Jade and still have her in the prime. The Skywalker bloodline will still continue, and future stories could be about finding the other kids, because they're just scattered across the galaxy. Also, Mara would not trust Rey right away. She would not trust another Palpatine, but later she trusts her and becomes her master. You could also have some story with, which Skywalker was it? Jaken Solo. He'd be Jaken Skywalker instead. And keep in mind, the reason I'd say the other three Skywalker kids should just be Luke and Mara's is mainly because in the sequels, Han and Leia's kid is Ben, and in the extended universe, Luke and Mara's kid was named Ben. So they'd have to switch them around. Anyway, Jaken, he's the Skywalker that turned. You could still have that because he'd hate Rey. He'd be freaking pissed that his dad's gone. He'd blame Rey for that, but also he'd be pissed at Rey because it was kind of her fault that Leia died. I still don't know if the canon reason for Leia's death is Rey. It really looked like it was her fault because Leia was connected with Ben through the Force. So when he felt the stab, she did. So those two fight, and maybe you have Ben be the one to talk Jaken out of it and really be alive and just be in a coma, because episode 9 didn't show him getting buried or have the traditional Jedi burial. But yeah, that's what they should do to bring Mara and the other Skywalker kids into canon. And I almost forgot, Rey honestly doesn't deserve a pink lightsaber because she'll still have her freaking rage to sort out.